Hey there, welcome back to Fresh Start Budgeting. Today I am going over my income and expenses for the first week of January and planning out my budget for the second week. So let's take a look. All right, so I am playing around with some different templates and forms. I will be starting my next 12-week year next week, and that's when I think I'll be ready to kind of share what I think is going to work for me for the next period of time. Let's not lie, I'll probably change it again several times because that's just what I do. But anyways, that's what I have been testing out this past week. So this is the calendar that I am using, just showing out each one of these lines is of course showing a week from Sunday to Saturday, but you can see when I receive different payments, it then is a trigger to create a new budget for the period. So this just helps me in my mind keep myself straight as to what it is that I'm focusing on, so that I'm not spending all my money in the first couple days of a pay period, which is really classically me, has been me for all time. So that's what that's where I am today. So today I'm just going to be going over, I got paid on December 30th. That takes me through to January 13th when I will be paid again. So I'm going to show you what has happened from December 30th through to Saturday, January 7th. And then plan out how I manage from January 8th to the 12th in preparation that we are paid again. So again, I'm still testing out stuff to see what works out best, but I'm glad that you're here with me and very open to feedback of where you think I can further rein things in or figure out how to better do things. So my income came in, this is the last week. Because it was the last payment in 2022, it's the last one where there's a reduction in my taxes before that gets restarted again in January. So I am receiving $2,700 here. My next payment is only going to be $2,400. So I'm just keeping that in mind, that there is extra money in this paycheck. I did have $463 still in my account. Woohoo! So I'm at $2,704.63. First thing that went out was my debt, mandatory debt payment, $500. Now I am planning to spread those out, this payment out in some other income streams. So I think that's going to make it a little bit easier because this first check is always very heavy on those things. EPCOR is our electricity, and I paid $360 to that. I then paid our direct energy bill, which is our natural gas and water, which was $160. My bank fees did come out at $16.95. I hate that figure. And I did go grocery shopping. Our grocery spending last month was quite low, so you're going to notice that my food spending this week was quite high. Plus I was sick, so there's convenience spending definitely in here. So it was $104.95. You'll notice that I'm actually starting to track the actual cents rather than the rounding, because I think that has caused me some trouble in the past of just keeping really accurate track. Then we had Crave come out at $20.92, Netflix at $22.04. I did do an Amazon purchase for $36.90, and I've said that that's household. I can't even remember right now exactly what that was, and that's a horrible thing. I need to write that down. Because of the holidays, my mandatory debt payment did not go out until the 3rd, and that was $154. We then went to the dentist to deal with my daughter's Invisalign. And I paid our monthly payment of $249.50. Okay. I then went on that same day and picked up a few more groceries at $116.85. And our Discovery Plus premium subscription, whatever, came out. There was, oh, I forgot, I put this down here on the 2nd because it wasn't showing up because of the holidays on my bank statement. $53.93, there's our convenience order of the week from Skip the Dishes. It is so expensive. That's just horrifying when you think about it. Personal spending, $200 did go to my partner, $75 to my daughter, and then finally on Saturday I did purchase dog food at $164.24. So that left us with $463.71, which rolls over into our next week, which is this period here. It needs to last us at least until the 12th here. When we then get another income stream to deal with. So that's where I am. This one, again, I'm playing around with a little bit. I'm not a huge fan yet. I need to figure out how to make this work better. So this was January week 1. And it's December 30th to January 7th. So these are my income streams here. Bills, I thought I would put out more bills, but there's nothing that's overdue, but it's just I wasn't too sure how the dental payment was going to work, and so I didn't send everything that I could have sent this pay period. Mandatory debt has gone out. Our subscriptions were coming in at $65.55, which feels really high. My subscriptions may be creeping back up there, so I need to take a look at those. My food spending was definitely over at $275.73. My household spending a little bit under, and my pets a little bit over. I didn't pay anything for transportation this week. I was not well. We had borrowed actually my mother's car, which is my car, which I gifted to her, and it's complicated, but we borrowed that rather than having to deal with anything else. Personal money, $200 did go to my partner. I did not take any personal money. I didn't need anything. My daughter did receive. This is something new that I'm going to be working through. So you may know that I have been attempting to do 30% to debts and savings. I'm rejigging how I deal with the income throughout the entire month. And so I'm going to try to be taking 10% from each income for short-term savings. So that would be like sinking funds and cash flow items. So this cash flow item this period was the dentist at $249.50. I have set aside this money of $270, or I still have it available to me. But I didn't do anything with it. I didn't do my Friday, which I need to do. But I'm just, again, because this is going to be starting officially with my 12-week year, this is just me playing around to figure out what these numbers are actually going to look like. But if I take all of this, my rollover for next week is $463.71. So that's what I'm sitting on right now in the bank. I have not been using cash for anything except our personal spending and the saving challenges that I've been doing. So everything just kind of stays in my bank account. So I'm going to try and do another prep of one of these sheets to see what it looks like for next week. So that is from the 8th to the 12th. I'm only going to budget this period, if you can see that, if I'm showing it. And I'm calling this week 2A because this is week 2B. It feels really confusing, but I think this works out better. So we're going to call this 2A, and it is January 8th to January 12th. So I do not have there's not a lot that goes on during this period, and that's great. I may have a couple automatic subscriptions that I'm not thinking about that come out during that period. But any other bills, automatic debt payments, all those things are they come out on my payment date. So I don't need to worry about any of those. So I'm actually, my starting balance, yes, I am all over the place. My starting balance is $463.71, and that's all. I should not have any other incomes during this time. Okay, so there are no bills that are coming out. There's no debts. There may be subscriptions, and I'm just going to hold what I had left from the previous week, which I had said 100 minus 65.55 equals. So I'm going to hold this amount so that just in case there's a stray subscription that comes out before the 13th, that gets dealt with. Food, I shouldn't have to do any kind of grocery shop or anything else like that, but there always seems to be like one or two things that you need to pick up. So I'm just going to put $50 just in case kind of idea. Household, again, I did get all the big things, toilet paper, paper towels, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think there's anything that's going to come out of there. And pets, I do not need to buy pet food. So I know that 100%. My partner's personal spending, there's going to be none. Myself, I will put the $50 back that I didn't use, and I don't think I'm going to use it actually. I'm just going to have here $50 for my daughter. She spends a lot of time away from the house. She does a lot of tutoring and things like that. And so she does need food money, and that's typically what happens with the spending money. I just don't like her not having anything. It's a struggle I'm having, but I will get over it. Let's see where I'm at when we do this. So I start with $463.71. We take out the $34.45, the $50. Whoops. $15. Let's start again. There's a difference between add and subtract. Oh my goodness. You wish that there was 46,000. 35, 45, 50, 15. Okay. Then the 100 here. That leaves me with $264.26, which is very close to the amount that I wanted in the long-term debts and savings. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that I'm going to put $270. I will find the extra $5.75 in here because none of these things are really necessary. And so I'm going to return that 10% that we should have done last week, or would plan out to do last week, in this week's. So that's what I'm going to do, $270 there. So that's everything. So it's very simple because there's not a lot of money to roll over, but there's enough to kind of make sure that we deal with whatever needs to be dealt with. And I just realized I didn't put transportation. And so what I'm going to do is my transportation, because just to get to work and things, I will need to put money back on my bus card. So I'm going to reduce this just down to $20 in my pocket, and we're going to put $30 in transportation. Okay. All right. So that is it. Very simple, and I'm really kind of looking forward to starting out with the new 12-week year. I've got quite a lot of things already set and printed out, ready to go. So just ready to pull that trigger. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.